Freak Show podcast. Orlando and the Freak Show. Mornings from 6 to 10. Wild 94.1.
Windy, wet, all that was yesterday, and it's going to continue again today. I just watched Greg D say that if you're trying to get whatever you got to get done today dry, you got to get it done before 1 o'clock.
Oh, man.
It's going to be windy. It's going to be wet again.
Yuck.
Don't we need the rain right now, though?
Yes.
Are we in a drought?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Are we?
Yeah.
I think there's certain neighborhoods are in a drought. I think I'm good.
There's restaurants that can't even serve you water. You have to request it. They're not serving certain water. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I know there's a new water restriction like out in Temple Terrace and all that stuff.
Yeah, it just depends on where you live.
So, what up, though?
Good morning.
Good morning. How you doing? How you
Hi,
feeling?
Ty.
You look like
I'm
you're
chilling.
tired.
What's else the baby talk? What is that?
You're rubbing your eyes.
I mean, yeah, I'm just like,
Hold on. So I got to bring this up. Have you guys been watching the Rays games?
No. Then they just start.
Yeah. Well, at home they did.
Mm-hmm.
But yesterday there was a spectacle. I mean, we got embarrassed on the field. We lost 9-2. But there was a poor man that tried to go for a foul ball, and his pants were all the way down.
What?
And, yeah.
What? Where is this?
I actually have it on my story. But,
Okay.
man, after that, your boy got to move or something. I feel so bad for my man. Like, he fell into everything, but then his pants were down, and all you saw was his butt. It's
Wait,
crazy.
so he was trying to dive for the ball?
Yeah, not dive. He was trying to catch a foul ball, and then all of a sudden he fell back, and then his pants were down.
Oh, my God.
It's so bad.
Oh, I can't wait
Did
to
you see this video?
No.
Oh, yeah, you got to see it. But the Rays been doing good, man.
He got pantsed.
Yeah,
He
he got
did,
pants
man.
by himself.
That's exactly All right, good morning. We got some Diddy news for you. Diddy is still, he's still living, can't stop, won't stop. Nothing's going to stop him behind bars. He is still on the hustle. He is at FCI Fort Dix, and he has been, let's just say, spending a lot of quality time with Christopher Dudas Coke, who is the legendary Jamaican shower posse leader of the gang and whole underworld of Jamaica.
Okay.
And he is now, according to this rumor, is now networking with him because he's producing the next great crime epic about the Shower Posse family. Okay, so to give you the backstory, basically, this kid took over for his father, Lester Coke, who died in 1992. And he was so influential in Jamaican government that they faced a virtual civil war when they tried to extradite him to the United States. Like, people were riding for him, so he's like a real G. And his sentence, he's currently serving 23 years in Fort Dix for racketeering and for drug trafficking. And so Diddy has now been taking notes on their conversations because he wants to bring his story to TV. And so he's like, once he gets out, he's going to start producing the show that's going to feature this whole family. And it's going to be, ironically, kind of power-like.
I like
50
stuff like
Cent
this.
has.
True crime stuff.
Yeah.
I'm
So
into
he's
it.
getting stories in jail on what he's going to put out as content when he gets out. Now, I don't know who's going to be down with it because people are kind of out of the business with Diddy. But that's what he's working on behind the scenes.
That's how much of a mogul that man is. Even in jail, he's still thinking of things to do when he gets out.
I mean, he ain't got nothing but time.
He has nothing to do.
He ain't got nothing to do but walk around the yard.
And share stories.
And you know we're going to watch this. We're talking about it. I'm going to watch it.
I mean, who knows?
If Diddy's backing it, I'm pretty sure I'm not going to be supporting anything.
You're not even interested?
There's I like the story idea, but if he's putting his money behind it or something, I'm not supporting anything that he does.
And it doesn't mean that it'll come out. Because he could try and do it on his own, but if no network is like, yo, we want to work with you, that's what you're seeing. I mean, you're seeing Kanye out here running around wanting to do what he does, and businesses shut him down, government shut him down, a country whole shut him down. So if Diddy gets out and everybody's like, yo, you out there bad, we don't want to do business with you, you know.
And the other thing is you're beefing with 50 Cent. 50 Cent's going to hear this news, and then he's going to go and do this first before he gets out.
Well, you can't do it without the
that.
guy, and the guy is in jail with Puff, so he has a direct kind of linked to him. Because think about it. If you're in there for 23 years, your story is pretty much sitting with you.
Yeah.
So now he's sitting in front of somebody who's like, hey, I'm going to tell your story. I'm going to put your whole family out there and give y'all the shine y'all deserve. You know how Diddy talking. If he could talk you into a freak off, he could talk you into a documentary. So, yeah, he's in there doing this whole thing. So, I mean, that's what you're looking at with Puff as he gets out from his nasty vacation. All right, just a little backstory. All right, Freak Show, Wild 94.1. The Offset shooting has got everybody's attention. He was outside the hospital having a cigarette.
So stupid.
What is that? Like
why?
Like you under medical? Like, I mean, you've been shot, so that's not like a light thing. And you outside having a cigarette?
It's like the new meme, Ben Affleck just outside smoking. It's like
in a wheelchair with an IV in you?
In a
like
gown.
In a gown.
In a gown.
Like, I mean, just outside, like, it was a rough night. I'm like, bro, what are you doing?
And then on the other side, you got little TJ telling all the reporters, getting mad and being like, ask Offset. Ask Offset.
Well, they kept asking him a bunch of questions and stuff. And I mean, he's calling him a snitch.
Okay. You shot me at a casino.
What I mean. And that's the best part about it, because like Ray Daniels, one of the old label guys that has been doing a lot of podding, he's like, it's time to, leave the streets. He's like, the street essence, the street rules, the street code. He's like, all of that. He's like, bro, if you do something to me, I'm talking to the law enforcement. Like, if you shot me, why wouldn't I tell?
And it's in front of a location where they have probably the most cameras ever.
Yeah, casinos have cameras on every angle. So, right. I mean, there was no way to get around that. So, it's this whole, like, not snitching, street culture and all of that they're like, yo, this is tired.
Yeah.
It's lame as hell, though, if the reports are true. It's like, yo, you got little TJ, you got beat up in a fight, and then you ended up shooting Offset.
Now, they're saying that it was one of his boys. So like he was catching the wrong end of a fight and his boy pretty much went to defend him. That's why he and his boy were arrested. Those were the two that were arrested.
Gotcha.
So it wasn't like who knows, his guy may be taking, the rap for him, or he might have been actually telling the truth and defending him. But either way it goes, you're like seen in 1080p from 90 different angles if you're at a casino.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
it's not like it's going to be hard to figure out what happened.
I'm happy that we were just watching him sit down because he did get shot in the butt. So, yeah, I don't know if he was leaning.
He was leaning.
He was leaning.
He was leaning.
He's smoking like this to the side.
He was rough, though.
There's also some, just to keep it snitchy, there's a conversation around Gucci with his stuff with Pooh Shiesty. Same kind of way. Yep. And actually, the King snitch, 6ix9ine, Tekashi, kind of broke it down when he was on Adden Ross on his podcast, and he was telling them, like, all right, here's what he had to say about the snitch aspect of it, because he said Gucci's going to definitely have to tell.
Gucci Mane, whether he's telling or his cameraman is telling, right? You know what the feds do? What? They're gonna subpoena Gucci Mane, whether his name is something Davis, right?
Yes.
I'm breaking it down for you.
Okay.
Once the feds subpoena you, you have to
tell.
You have to. If not, you go to jail for obstruction of justice.
So he'll go to jail if he doesn't tell.
So they're gonna tell. Yeah.
He has to.
So you have to. It's a subpoena by the federal government. I'm breaking this down for you. I know.
Okay, all right, 6ix9ine. All right, yeah. So, but,
he is the king rat.
I mean, he knows the innards of that, and that whole non-snitching culture. It's like once the law enforcement gets involved, especially the feds, you're gonna have to tell that story.
That makes sense.
And it's like everybody's running around like, oh, Gucci ain't snitch, he ain't no snitch. I'm like, that's not snitching by definition. Just the street code, if you're one of those guys, is if you do dirt with somebody and you get caught,
right.
You then say, well, they was with me, and you tell. It's not when you have a crime done to you and you look for some sort of way to be made whole.
Right.
Yeah, and it's in Gucci's best interest to say something, too, because we're forgetting the whole contract aspect of this, too. Pooh Shiesty made him sign a contract to get him out of it under duress. At gunpoint.
That's what they're saying.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
I mean, not only is Gucci losing out on money because of the deal, he also got robbed. So It's not snitching.
If you shoot me, I'm gonna tell everybody.
I'm telling him. I'm telling. I mean, you call me a snitch if you want to. I'm telling.
Yeah.
I'm telling. I ain't got no problems with it.
I'll be singing.
Yeah. So we don't know how this is gonna go, but I'm still thinking that Cardi is gonna pop up.
No.
I'm still thinking.
Him?
I mean, just
I would say so.
for some sympathy.
Well, I mean,
or to bring the kids.
Children, yeah.
Like, what if the kids want to come see Daddy?
I don't know if I would have the kids at the hospital. It depends on how long he's going to be there for. So, yeah.
I'm not one to take it like lightly when you shoot me.
No. I
Like,
agree.
let me get nicked by a bullet.
Dude, if I was
You're going to think I was Rambo. Like, I went to war. I'm like, oh, my God.
Yeah.
I see the pearly gates. They're like, man, it was a flesh wound. My flesh is out. That's what you saying? Mm-hmm. I ain't going to make it. Tell my mama and them I love them.
My mama did.
Like, for real. Like, I'm not trying to be hard like that. I mean, I know guys out there who live that life, and that's great. But, I mean, I ain't that one.
Right.
I'm not that one.
I get it. I agree.
I'm soft as baby do. Like, I just can't do it.
If I was Cardi, I'll stay way far away from that. I think she's done with that whole situation.
Cardi is out there fighting for her credit cards.
Yeah.
Apparently somebody hit her for like between 40 and 60 grand. They went shopping heavy.
At Saks, right?
And they hit a bunch of stores, and she's like, hello, dummy. Well, I'm coming after you and I'm suing because we got pictures of you using these credit cards.
Right, at the store.
Right. Mm-hmm. So, kind of the same thing of the casino, eye in the sky. You go to the mall and you're trying to use somebody's stolen credit card. They got you.
It is. I mean, if you're going to do something like that, you would assume that Cardi's just shopping all the time, and they would never find out about it.
Yeah, but you know
It's
who Cardi is. It's like you're not going to go to the store and use a Cardi B credit card, or somebody just be like, "Are you Cardi B?"
Well, no, but it's under her real name. Not everybody know her real name, Belcalis or whatever it is. Nobody know all of that.
You could have probably just got like a $5,000 purse or something like that, and she maybe would have not figured it out. But when you spend $60,000, $70,000, yeah. And on
if
camera,
you spend $6 and you use somebody's credit card and they see you at the mall on the cameras,
on camera,
you going to jail.
You done.
At least
going to jail.
Recorded nowadays.
At least go to the website and have it sent to like a P.O. box, like a normal thief.
How to rob, courtesy of Meredith. Mr. Bruno Mars is getting honored in Las Vegas with a strip parade and a street dedicated to his name. They are rolling out the red carpet for their best gambling their best known son, Bruno Mars. The city is planning on a full-on strip celebration on Friday, including a parade, a ceremony, and an honor to name a street called Bruno Mars Drive.
Good
for him.
Stretch, formerly Park Avenue, is going to be known as the namesake of Bruno Mars. It's run right between major venues like Park MGM and T-Mobile Arena, all kind of places he could perform or gamble. The event isn't just symbolic. It's tied to his deep connection to Vegas, where he's headlined a hugely successful residency for years, rumored to be paying back a debt, and helped define the city's modern entertainment scene.
Yeah, that's
Even though a lot of people disappeared because it was too expensive, they are using him as a focal point, kind of the way it used to be Burt Reynolds and Frank Sinatra and all that. Bruno Mars is now ensconced in the Las Vegas vibe.
Amazing.
The celebration is included to kick off his 2026 romantic tour at Allegiant Stadium, turning it into a tribute and a launch for his career.
Aw, that's great.
I mean, his tour. So there you go, Bruno.
That's great.
What?
Because it's still rumored that he owes all that money, and that's why he's stuck in Vegas.
Yeah, but that still doesn't take away from the fact that he's talented and entertaining.
Except at gambling. I mean, listen, he must not be that good. I'm just saying, if you got to sign your life away to the whole thing, you might not be that good.
At least they're giving him a street.
Right.
He paid for it.
You're giving him a street. Yeah, there you go. Bruno Mars Drive. There you go. So we got your confession up next. We'll knock out this boss man D-Lo. I'm just saying, allegedly, I don't know if anybody owes anybody, but that's what they're saying.
Wild is WLLD FM HD1, Lakeland, Tampa, St. a Beasley Media Group station. Orlando and the Freak Show will hear your confession. And just like a priest, you're probably going to have to do something after. But it ain't penance. Confessions at 7 on Wild 94.1.
All right, you are an hour away from that cash code that's going to drop for you at 8 a.m. It's going to give you a code word. You take that and plug it into any of our apparatuses, whether it's to the Wild website, Wild app, or just text it to 45911 and then answer the phone so we could get you a payday of $1,000. It's going to happen at 8, 10, noon, 3, and 5. And your first one is coming up in an hour now. This comes from a no name. It says, Dear Freak Show, I'm in the middle of it. Need help. I'm 28 years old. I've been seeing this woman for a few months. From the start, things have felt very easy in a way that I'm not used to. She's thoughtful. I catch myself thinking about her during the day, looking forward to seeing her again. But my dilemma is before I met her, I had a relationship with someone who is still very much in my life. We're not together anymore, and there's no lingering romantic feelings on my end. Over time, it turned into a real friendship, one that I actually value. She knows me in a way that comes from just having history, and we've managed to keep things respectful and platonic. I haven't told this girlfriend about the past that we share. It's not that I'm trying to hide something. If I see a real future with this woman, she deserves to know the full picture of my life, including the people in it. I'm afraid she'll feel uncomfortable or ask me to distance myself from this friend who is very important to me. If that happens, I don't know what the right choice would be because I don't want to lose someone who has a meaningful relationship and history with me, but I also don't want to jeopardize something that could turn into my real person.
Interesting. I mean, if it sounds like you're going to want to maintain this friendship and that's going to be really important to you. So honesty and truthfulness is definitely the best situation here. And you have to be prepared for the fact that your girlfriend is not going to be okay with this.
So I'm dating somebody and I have to go and, okay, so I have a friend who is a social friend who is platonic and we have a history. Mm-hmm. So now I got to tell the new girl that I'm dating that I have a history with this person.
You should.
Well, I would want to know. That's how I'm putting it.
You should.
I would want to know. And by the way, some people, male, female, they're totally okay with it and they appreciate the honesty.
So if I'm in a relationship with a person, they have to know everyone that's in my life that I've hooked up with.
Well, how many are close to you?
I'll put it this way.
I mean, well, if somebody's close to me, I mean, you don't have friends. Friends have a history or something. So you get a new relationship, you got to tell that. Like, that just feels like that's too, I feel like you asking for drama.
I think if the other person asks, then you should be honest with them. But I don't think that's information you should just divulge just because.
Like if I'm dating you, I don't need to tell you, hey, by the way, that girl you met at the party, yup, smashed it. Like, like what? Really? Why would you do that? That seems immature.
Yeah, but if your girl's like, oh, you and Bernice seem awfully close. Have you hit that before?
Bernice.
Are you going to lie?
I have never touched a person by the name of Bernice.
Well,
I'm just saying, if she asks,
then
I would say something. But I would omit that information.
I really don't even know if I would tell then. If you accusing me like, y'all seem pretty close. Have you hit that? We are close because we have a closer friendship. And leave it at that. Like, I mean, if there's no chance that there's anything ever happening, that could go in the lockbox.
How close is this person?
But the thing is, if you lie, then if they ever find out.
It ain't a lie.
No, it's
just
a lie.
Not your business.
If she asks and you don't say anything, you're lying.
Are we married? No, we're dating.
But if you want to get
months,
married?
I don't want to tell you everybody I slept with. I don't think you
I
need to know.
understand that. And it also depends on how close the friendship is. It sounds like in this email or in this confession, they're very close.
Mm-hmm. And that's great. I mean, I think it's a badge of honor. If I was nosy and needed to know all of that, I would respect you for having a relationship, friendship, platonic friendship with people you've had a lifetime with. Like if you've had somebody who was special with you and you didn't mess with them, I'd be like, damn, what'd you do?
I couldn't get over seeing this person all the time. I've been through a situation like this and it just drove me me insane that I had to either work with said person you slept with or they were always around. And I was much younger at this time. So I don't know if it would affect me as much as it would today, but still, it definitely bothered me.
Out of the 727, it says when someone is saying I'm not trying to hide something, they always hide something.
Hiding something, exactly. The second you lie about it, then you add more problems because then it's like, well, then why did you lie? Because then that person's going to start thinking that you're keeping more lies because you made that a lie.
Nicole says, y'all are missing the point. I wouldn't want to be getting married to someone and she's my bridesmaid because we're friends and you had some of my man. I want to know.
I would want to know too. That's why I said it just depends. Like, is this a best friend super close to you that you talk to and see all the time? Then, you're probably going to have to divulge this information.
So you can't. I never.
Out of respect.
Never.
I'm just saying.
I'm not even going to ask that.
There's something wrong because you're riding us. You're scared to tell them. And so there's something wrong with that.
And don't you think the family is going to end up, like, if you get super close with your girlfriend and you're dating longer, like, the family's going to mention it?
Yeah, you can't lie.
So you can't have a bridesmaid that you hooked up with?
You can.
Okay.
Not a lot of people do that. Like, that's very rare.
But I'm saying, but it ain't like public. Whatever. Anyway.
It depends on how mature your relationship is.
Yeah.
I'm learning a lot. We got your calls and texts up next. We'll get into the next. I want to appreciate the person that texted in saying Orlando is a walking red flag. Why I got to be a red flag? Just because I'm the one that read the email, I didn't write it. I'm just telling you what the person wrote.
Yeah, that's not why they said that. It's your comments.
Whatever. Listen, I'm learning the story like y'all learning the story. All right, so out of the 813, this person says, my wife meets any female from my past. She automatically assumes that I have slept with them. She's usually right. So I'm sure his girl already suspects that they hooked up.
That's interesting. Out of the 561, this says he said something to his new chick about his old chick. Then what? New chick is going to ask for that friendship to end. Die with the lie or risk losing one or both.
Die with the lie is poetic to me. Because, it ain't everybody's business. This right here from my friend Stephanie, she just wrote, she said, no one should feel threatened by a friendship. And you're not obligated to end a friendship, though. They should be secure enough to let you have whomever as a friend, even if there's history, because they trust you and they're secure.
You're too mature. You are too mature. Because
right.
I'm just going to say there's a lot of people out there that would not want you hanging out with somebody you used to hook up with.
But the thing is, if you trust the person and you know the person, there ain't no problem. It's just that I just think we give too many keys to key codes and pass codes to the person who's in a new relationship. I just known you 3 months. I known this other person 10 years. I'm riding with the 10 years. Now, if you can catch up with him and give me 10 years, but until you do, this person is somebody who I'm going to take a bullet for.
That makes sense. It is a new relationship.
I just met you.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know you like that.
This text out of the 813, just be honest, because if somebody accidentally slips up that y'all had a past together, that will make things even worse.
Yeah,
I didn't even think it was a big deal. I mean, what you thought? You thought you was Neil
but that's why
Armstrong?
you
thought
lie.
you was planting the flag on this?
Yeah, but that's why
people
you don't
been
lie.
here before you.
But that's why you tell them.
I didn't lie. I just thought about it. I didn't think about it.
Yeah, but that's why you tell them up front, because then they're like, oh, well, why didn't you tell me before? It's like, then I didn't think that it was a big deal.
Carl, how much we telling at the beginning? Now, at the beginning of this relationship, we just a couple months in.
Morning.
What you thinking, Carl?
There you go. Here's the thing. Don't overthink it. Do not overthink it. You're just dating right now, right? So then for you to just come out and say the only reason why you feel a way about it, you feel a bit nervous, is because you can see the potential with this girl that you're dating. But also understand that we're talking about building trust. Building trust is not about being honest and telling the truth. It's truly about transparency. That means don't wait for the person to come and ask you, and you can whistle your way out of it all you want. All you're doing is you're building distrust in doing that. So when it gets to that point where it gets serious, then you can disclose that to her. But if she asks, because she already suspects, she knows, if she asks, you've got to tell her the truth. And if she does not feel comfortable about it, you want to know up front so you know for yourself, what do you prioritize? Ooh. This life that you see with this woman or this 10-year friendship that is matured pretty much? Which one do you prioritize the most? Which one are you going to get the most ROI at the end of the day?
You're going to have to choose.
That's all I'll say.
Well, Carl,
You
Carl
have
hit
to
us with that
prioritize yourself.
ROI, boy. That's when you know he really schooling you, when he hit you with that ROI. Return on investment. Yes,
Yeah.
that's right.
Yeah.
Appreciate you, man. Thank you, bro.
I love how
No problem, no problem.
I love how Carl puts the nice way of saying things. He's like, you have to prioritize. It's like, no, you say what it really is. You're gonna have to choose.
No, and he said
You're gonna have
transparency. But at some point, you deserve transparency. It off rip in the beginning.
Yeah.
Everybody's getting to know each other. It's just like a new job. You didn't lie at the interview to get your job. You don't know me. You don't know me. I don't owe you that. All right,
Yeah.
wait, let's see. I got Gerard on there. Let's see. I think he's online too. Is it Gerard? Hello.
Good morning, Orlando.
Hey, good morning. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Pretty good.
Happy belated Easter.
Happy belated Easter to you
belated
too.
Easter.
What do you think? What are you thinking? What are you?
Well, I was calling to play Beat the Freaks, but am I too early?
You're a little early, but I'll put you on hold. Hold on, okay? All right, wait. All right, let's see here. I got one more down here. I think it is JJ. JJ, what's up?
What's up,
Did you just hit the bong or something?
JJ, what are you choking on? What's going on with you?
Oh, we got, stuck in traffic smoking. It's just a daily.
I knew it.
You know me.
Damn it, Jay. You just admitted a crime, dog. Like, come on.
Hey,
dog.
it's all right. I'm a felon. Hey, I give them jobs. I'm a felon. That's what keeps them busy. What keeps them busy.
All right, JJ. What you want to add to this, man, about honesty?
He's got a job.
So you got to put yourself in her shoes. Would you want to go out on town and hang out with a girl and everything, a dude and everything, and then find out they slept together and they got history?
Yeah, but
When you go out to show your wife off in town and all these dudes already slept with her, you gonna like that to find out down the road?
That's true. All right, that's a good point. See, you squeezed a good point out there.
Exes are exes for a reason. Not to keep hanging out with them and have a friendship. Well, you might as well just stay with them.
Yeah, got you. All right. I appreciate
Drive
it.
safe.
Go ahead, get back to what you're doing, dog. 'Cause, I had to cut you off before you mess around and cuss. All right. Wow. All right. So listen, honesty is the best policy, I guess.
Think you can beat down the freaks?
Anybody can be beat.
Are you up on your pop culture?
Duh. Winning.
Beat the freaks.
Can't wait.
With Orlando and the Freak Show.
Wild 94.1, the Bay's party station.
All right, it's Beat the Freaks time. We got Teresa on the line. Hey, Teresa, how you doing?
I'm good, Orlando. How are you?
Oh, we're good. Let's see here. You got me or Rich to choose from because Meredith made the questions. Who you want to go against?
I'd like to go with you.
Okay.
Hey.
All right. I'm gonna go outside and I'm gonna leave you with that freak.
That's
It's always
right.
refreshing to see Orlando walk out the door.
All right, I put together 5 questions for you, and it's all hooked up by fair and fair accident attorneys. Are you ready?
Yes. Hi, Meredith. How are
Hi.
you?
I'm great, sweetie. All right, number 1. What Netflix survival game show became a global hit with red light, green light?
Survivor?
No. All right, number 2. What singer is known as the certified lover boy?
Usher?
3. No. All right, number 3. Popularized on TikTok, these videos are shot from the creator's perspective, placing the viewer in the scene to experience actions like hiking, cooking, and driving called POV. What does POV stand for?
Person of vision?
I did want to see what the view is for with her. No, that's incorrect. All right, number 4. What London landmark is known for its giant clock, known as the Great Clock of Westminster?
The Big Ben?
Yeah, good job. All right. Lastly, number 5. What major fashion event happens annually is invitation-only fundraising event benefit for the Metropolitan Museum of Art's Costume Institute in New York City with wild celebrity outfits?
Is it Valentino?
No. Orlando! All right, she got 1, right?
Uno.
She got 1.
31's up.
Yeah, okay. All right, number 1. What Netflix survival game show became a global hit with red light, green light?
The Squid Game.
Yes. Number 2. What singer is known as the certified lover boy?
Drizzy Drake.
That is correct. Number 3. popularized on TikTok. These videos are shot from the creator's perspective, placing the viewer in the scene to experience things like hiking, cooking, and driving, called POV. What does POV stand for?
Point of view.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Number 4.
Person of vision.
Yeah, that's what she said. What London landmark is known for its giant clock, known as the Great Clock of Westminster?
Big Ben.
Mm-hmm. All right, and lastly,
that's 4, right?
Yeah, you see if you can get all 5. All right. What major fashion event happens annually, is an invitation-only fundraising benefit for the Metropolitan Museum of Art's Costume Institute in New York City with wild celebrity outfits?
It is the Met Gala.
That is
The
right.
Met Gala.
5.
I should have gotten that right.
5. Jiggle, 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 jiggle. I got him. Jiggle, 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 jiggle.
Orlando, I don't know what I'm going to do with you.
Apparently, you're going to watch me celebrate.
Man,
Tell everybody what happened.
I got beat by the freak.
That's the same thing Jacob 2 times is doing right now.
Nah.
He's just sitting there.
Nah. Thinking about you.
I remind him of it. I don't know. Maybe he heard it first. I mean, Jacob, people look at Jacob like Jacob is not, him. Jacob is a radio him.
Yeah.
Like he logs things into his brain that I can't recall. Mm-hmm. Meredith has been on the phone with him and he has said something and she's looked at me like, how does he remember that?
Yep.
He remembers dates. He remembers stuff. So it could be I was the first person when they played it. I played it first, or I played it more, or whatever. However those things log into his brain, he's like Rain Man.
Dude,
it really. People are texting in love for Jacob. They're like, bro, Jacob 2 times he's a hero. Jacob 2 times is a superstar.
Yeah.
Jacob 2 times is awesome. People are like all like in. He's known everywhere.
I remember the one day he called in and he gave a specific day. He was like, Meredith, remember this day when you
started this? I was like,
what?
Right. He's like, this is worse
Better
for the
than
IRS
Facebook.
or something. Like, hey, the government needs to hire Jacob 2 times. He know everything about everybody.
He's like Facebook on this day. He knows exactly what year, everything.
Crazy.
And I love it about him.
Your word is bank, all right? BANK. Be clear. I'm going to keep reminding you of this because I think y'all get caught up in the conversations and forget that we playing a game.
Yeah.
Okay, bank is the word BANK, and you got till 8:25 to get that thing in, then answer the phone.
And I'm going to start calling people out. Doris, Melvin, all you people texting our line, you have to text 45911.
Yeah, y'all sending it to the wrong place. I ain't saying a word because I told Meredith, if you can't follow directions, then you don't need that stack.
Big Quell, I see you. Jay, all you guys texting the line, 45911 is what you're supposed to be texting.
Send bank to 45911, and then you're in the game. Without it, you're not. All right. Okay. So there's a situation. I don't know if it's a 911 yet. Hopefully it doesn't go badly. But your boy Jake Paul has now assumed the role of blackface. He has put on the whole setup, he is now. Yeah, this is him dressed up as Drewski.
Oh boy.
Dude, that looks pretty similar.
That's real?
Yeah,
That's not AI?
Yeah, no, this is real. It says on his X account, I got my blackface skit coming. He said, don't switch it up when it drops. Everybody talks about fairness until it's turned around. It's their turn to be offended. That's what he said.
So he's trying to do this to prove a point.
I've never seen someone that needs more attention in my entire life than this man.
Like, dude.
I mean, listen, okay, so he recently sparked that backlash from him talking about this skit when he was with Theo Von on his podcast.
Yeah.
And he said, regarding the skit, he said his intent is to frame a project that is a direct response to Drewski's viral whiteface skit, which satirized, Erica Kirk. Mm-hmm. People widely believe it was Erica Kirk. Yeah. We can't say it was her, but we kind of know it was her.
Right.
He never said her name in it. His stance, Jake Paul's stance, is he argued that comedy should be a level playing field and that he doesn't see color, which a lot of people say you're supposed to see color.
Right.
Because how can you tell if somebody is beautiful if you don't see their color? Every shade of their rainbow, every crayon in the box got to get their love, so you can get their individual love. But he has got a bunch of makeup artists that he has auditioned, and now he is in the act of recording it because on Theo Von's podcast, he showed him pictures of like when Jimmy Kimmel did Karl Malone.
Yeah, he did do that.
And he was shocked because he was like, wait a minute. He was like, that's not Shaq? And he's like, no, that's Jimmy Kimmel dressed up as Karl Malone.
Yep.
And he's like, I didn't even know he had done that. And then they showed him Justin Trudeau, who's the Prime Minister of Canada. And he was...
That was a Halloween costume.
That was a Halloween costume that he had on. And he was like, dude, this dude dates Katy Perry. And he got past it. He was like, so maybe with so much to do about nothing, I should be able to do this in fair play.
So I will say the Kimmel one, I feel like that's a little bit more acceptable than what Trudeau did. Because if you look at the Trudeau one, that one looked more like blackface, whereas Kimmel was playing a person. Blackface is derogatory because you're kind of like playing on stereotypes of black people and stuff like that.
Exactly.
When you're playing a person,
the minstrel show and stuff like that. I mean, that's where it was like, because it was seen as derogatory because people were kind of crapping on the character of a black role. But I mean, it's still, bro, it's almost like the Confederate flag. The Confederate flag means something to some folks because there was one side of a war.
Yes. And they don't view it as others do.
Right. And now it's like, it's a sore point for a lot of people.
I agree.
It's a point of a time that they're like, yo. And when you see blackface, there's like it's more passionate for the older generation. My aunt, who writes me every day, she sees somebody in blackface, she's gonna have memories of it way deeper than what I'm gonna have. I still remember Tropic Thunder. But
Robert Downey Jr.
But still, he got really like real good reviews for that role. But that did rub some folks the wrong way. So it's divisive.
That was the whole thing about that role, though, because it was like he was playing an actor and he was playing a controversial role where he was doing that. And that's why that was so, I mean, not only was it hysterical, but Robert Downey Jr. wasn't like trying to, I don't know the proper way to say it, but he wasn't like trying to like down black people by what he was doing.
I don't think he was, but I just think anybody who puts on a shade, Meredith doesn't not put on blackface because she's not trying to down black people. She's like, I don't think it's appropriate. You ain't canceling
because
me.
she knows she's going to get canceled.
That's what I'm saying. So people understand that. So you got a Jake Paul who isn't a Drewski.
Drewski's
considered a really good comedian for the viral world.
Yeah.
Jake Paul is not.
No.
So now, and Jake Paul's not going to put the same, his work is getting the blackface on.
Yeah.
That's where it stops. Jake Paul didn't do the work that Drewski did. Drewski matched every scene up with what he had seen Erica Kirk doing from the flyers and the sparklers and the down to the shoes and the dress and the eyes and everything else. Like he really like did a method acting kind of thing. It was still, divisive as well, but it was rooted in comedy and was big successful. Now Jake Paul comes out here, he ain't funny. He probably ain't putting the work in. He just wants to be like the daring person to do it.
He is considered an entertainer. That would, besides an athlete, right?
And his name.
I don't really know. He was an entertainer when he was on like what, Nickelodeon or something?
No, I mean he was on YouTube. He's a YouTube star. He was on.
He's an entertainer.
The Disney Channel.
Wasn't he on he was on something like that way back in the day.
Yeah, he's not known as a comedian though.
Yeah, and the thing with the Drewski thing is like it was funny, but it was just like he didn't say who it was. Like. Now, with the Jake Paul thing, I'm going to be honest. I don't see him playing Drewski. I don't see that as big as a problem than if he would just dress up in blackface. Because what he said, he kind of played it kind of safe with this way because he's playing the character.
It ain't safe.
Yeah.
No, there's still people that are going to hate it the same way people hate the Erica Kirk parody one. It's just, you're not going to make everybody happy with this. And the problem is that there's history behind blackface, which is why people have a problem with it.
Yeah, I know. I mean, listen, I don't think anybody needs to play around with it. I do think, I don't think it's as egregious for young folks who are out there now because they don't really know.
Right.
They don't really know the pain. They don't really know all that. I mean, I didn't live through it either. I just know that it was shared with me by my parents and my grandparents. And so I understood that, what it meant. So if I saw somebody doing it, I'd be like, ooh, that's against the law. You're not supposed to do that. Like the moral law. You're not supposed to do that. But when Drewski did it, we all said, this going to open up the floodgates to people who going to want to bring it back. Sure. Because, I mean, Dave Chappelle did it famously on his show, and no one really complained. And it was hilarious about it, you know. So, I mean, there are people who have played around with it, and I don't know where this is going to go, but I guess we're going to find out.
So I see some people on text line, they're like, isn't Drewski's grandpa white? And it's like, does that even make a difference? Like, if his grandfather...
I thought that was a joke. He put that out there as a joke.
No, I thought that was real. But, I mean, I don't think that was an excuse.
Mm-hmm.
No.
That's not an excuse.
But does that make a difference?
Nobody is going to... Listen, there are people who will run up on you.
No.
Now, Jake Paul is a boxing dude or whatever, so, I mean, maybe he ain't worried, but he also got big security. But there are dudes who will run up on you, and they're not going to stop when you say, hey, but my grandfather is white.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, they're not... It's
not a defense.
It's not a... You know what I mean? It's an emotional thing, and you're playing with people in their face.
Yeah.
Like, so it takes one person to take it wrong and run over and decide they want to respond. That ain't right either, but it's a dangerous thing that you're playing with when you're just moving about from city to city. You don't know who's going to run up on you like that.
Let me ask this. If Drewski, sees this skit, he comes out with his skit, and Drewski doesn't have a problem with it, then should anybody else have a problem with it?
I'm gonna
culturally
lean, I think he's gonna come out and say like that it might not bother him. I have a feeling just because for a comedic standpoint.
But I think it's such a different thing just because when Drewski dropped his piece, he didn't say who it was.
No.
He just said this is conservative white women today
in America,
and left it as a broad statement.
Exactly.
Now, it was focused on one person, but he didn't say their name. He let you deduce who it was, and so it seems like, even though Drewski don't seem like he's one of the well thought guys, it seemed like it was well thought out.
Yeah.
This one is different. Oh, so Drewski could do that. Well, I'm gonna do him.
It was left to interpretation.
It's like if Jake Paul would have just popped up on a piece and did a Drewski bit without saying I'm going to be Drewski, maybe it would have been parody there.
Yeah.
But he didn't do it with the same je ne sais quoi. He didn't do it with the same, flavor or whatever. So I don't know how this is gonna go.
I mean,
I'm just letting you know he is actively in the middle of recording this. The pictures are up on his social media.
He's used to being controversial, so he's
his name is the problem child.
Other thing is, Drewski didn't put up pictures telling y'all what it was before it dropped. It dropped and got 150, 200 million because people were shocked and it took over. He's leaking pictures, saying, "Here's what I look like. Here's what I look like." This ain't the same. These are not built the same.
He's doing it for clicks.
Yeah.
And honestly, he knows how to play on people's emotions, and Jake Paul knows exactly what he's doing.
But you don't get clicks the same way as not doing it the way Drewski did. Drewski did it as an art.
Yeah.
And it was a shock.
And he's a comedian.
And it was funny.
It's a point.
This one is him leaking it out, and now it's not going to have the same effect. It's
Yeah.
Now I'm not mad at him, but it's a dangerous thing.
He's doing too much.
Don't stroll on certain sides of town.
I'm not.
That's what I would say.
No, I'm not.
All right, bank is your word. It's still popping for you until 8:25. BANK. Get in on that right now. It is the Freak Show, Wild 94.1 Base Party Station. We've been in here talking about this for a minute. It's been on a couple of social media sites like It's On Site, and they kind of targeted Ruth's Chris because Ruth's Chris is very tight about their clothing. And I would say it's kind of, merited because they got a bomb steak. Yeah. They got that bomb chicken that I love.
Yeah, stuffed chicken.
And so sometimes you got to follow the rules. And I told you, Monday Night Football, for probably 9 of the games 2 years ago, I spent every Monday Night Football on the corner of that bar, eating that chicken, watching football in my Bucks clothes.
Yep.
Because you come from the game and you get something to eat. But the way they have it is you can't sit down and have a meal in the dining area if you don't fit their motif that they want you to be wearing. But you can go to the bar.
Yeah.
You can eat at the bar.
They have the
if
bar
you have
area.
if you have what you have on right now, you can't have on at Ruth's Chris.
No.
Because
So
you
what's
got
wrong with what I got
a
on?
baseball cap on,
Well, a lot.
and you got it's a lot.
What's wrong with what I got on?
You wouldn't wear that to a nice steakhouse, though.
I mean, it's just a T-shirt and a hat.
Right.
And
Yeah, you can't do that.
shorts.
Because they have like specifics on their signs.
What is
and it
their
said
motif?
Their specifics say dress code enforced. No hats, no athletic wear, no flip-flops, collared shirts, and closed-toe shoes required.
Okay. So it's because I don't have a collared shirt.
And the
And a
baseball
hat.
cap. Oh, damn it. Can't have a baseball cap on.
Right.
Now, a lot of people are arguing culture has changed, style has changed. Some people wear a hat that kind of caps off their outfit, you know, whatever. You can eat, but if you're in a hat, you got to go to the bar because the bar is more of a sports feel.
Yeah.
They have a little bit more laxed of a thing. Now, some people are asking, is this just old school, really too old school, or is this etiquette that you should be following?
Let me ask you, if I had a cowboy hat, do I have to go sit at the bar? Ooh.
I would
Yeah.
think so. Yeah. Any kind of hat. You can't
It
have
says
a hat
no
on.
hats.
Period.
Yeah.
And no cowboy is going to eat with his hat on anyway.
Yeah, no respectable
Yeah,
cowboy.
no respectable cowboy is going to do that.
I mean, I don't know the rules. I'm
It's-
just asking.
It's kind of nice though, going to an establishment where everybody's kind of like dressed up accordingly, you know, and not like, you know, when the one person walks in and they look ridiculous and everybody else is kind of looking nice. I like that we have a little bit of a dress code, especially at these establishments.
There are a bunch of people who are putting comments, and a lot of people agreed with what you're saying. They're like, yo, this is etiquette. There are too many steak restaurants that allow you to come in looking like a bum.
Yep.
So let's not really trip. I mean, there's a lot of people on here who are saying, y'all are just so hood. Take your hat off.
And if you don't want to eat there, you don't have to. But this establishment has a dress code for a reason. It's probably a reason because people were doing like the most.
I'm looking at the comments. This person says, you could wear a hat in church these days. I can't wear a hat where I'm paying $100 for a steak. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
That's how I feel. It's like if I'm paying for something, it's like, what does what I have on matter? It's like if my money's just as good as everybody else's.
Not really.
How not? Just
You
because I
got
got
that
a hat
on.
on? Just because I got a hat.
Okay, let's open up a new happening nightclub. New nightclub, all new stuff. Spotlights going. The city mayor's out there, and the owner, Rich Ortiz, is out front, and he's talking to the press, telling them about his spot.
Hats are welcome.
Okay, hats are welcome. All right, cool. And you have all of the stars coming out there, models, reality shows, everything else.
Yep.
And then somebody walks up to yours that has on a shirt that's cut with strips so you can see their chest like a dude, and he got jeans on that's the same way. He looks homeless to anybody else, but he thinks it's fly.
Hey.
And he wants to come in on your night. You have the biggest, newest, dopest bar and club, and all the stars, everybody pretty people coming out, you winning, and this person walks up to your door.
He's going to be just as welcome as the guy in the suit. Because if he's coming out to support me, then you know what? Thank you. I don't
Grand
care what
opening, grand closing. Your
I
business
don't
is
care
gonna
what
fail.
he got on. He's allowed to come in.
Can't
because
just
he's
let
coming to
anybody
support.
in.
Why not?
Because you get to decide. And Ruth decided.
Yeah, I like this. I've actually been told we went as a family to Ruth's Chris, and my father-in-law had a fedora on at the time. We were about to go to a concert. So he had a hat on, and I'm dressed up to go to like a steakhouse, but him and his wife were dressed up to go to said concert because I kind of knew about the dress code, and we were not allowed to sit in the dining room area, and I had already made reservations. So that I've actually been through this, and it was totally fine just to go sit in the little bar area.
Yeah,
It's
the
not
bar ain't
little,
got
by the way.
peanuts on the
It's
floor or
big.
nothing like
There's
that.
a pianist in there.
Yeah, it's
nice.
the best bar in town
It
as
really
far as
is.
a sports bar is concerned.
It's super nice.
It's not like you eating out back on a picnic table.
It just isn't as. It's a fine dining restaurant. It's okay to dress up a little bit more to certain areas. I mean, I understand it's Florida and everybody wants to dress down all the time, but does everything have to be so casual all the time?
Somebody say, "Oh Lord, Rich, go to McDonald's." Damn.
I don't eat at McDonald's like that. But what I'm saying is just I don't think a hat is that crazy of a thing to have somebody sit in a whole different area.
It is. You have a Yankees hat on.
They have rules.
Yeah, but there's some people out there that are very insecure about bald spots on their head and they want to wear a hat. And it's just like I feel for those people and I feel for other people that maybe are just a little bit more comfortable having some headwear
They
on.
know they're going bald. Look at Lawrence here texting and says, I have a big ass forehead and I'm not taking off my hat. See, he knows he's sitting in the bar. Lawrence knows.
Somebody out of 813 says, I love it. Meat Market don't play either. Mm-hmm. And I love it. You try that at Meat Market. I don't care who hat you got. You ain't getting in there.
No.
I know certain places that you can get away with it, and certain ones you can't.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And I ain't gonna say nothing out loud because I don't want anybody to seem like I'm trashing them, or whatever. But there are some spots out there that they won't even look at you twice because they got a lot of athletes that come in there and they rock hats and they allow it. Button up and a hat.
It's kind of nice to have a place where you have to dress up. It's nice to have a dress code every now and then. Even some schools have dress codes.
This says restaurants like Ruth's Chris are supposed to be special.
Yes.
That's why they have a dress code, all right? Not routine. Mm-hmm. Hence the special rules. Someone else says young people today don't understand the difference of there being rules. And that's a true point. People talk about church. John Gray preached about it, saying you can't kick people out of this church because they got a hat on. You don't know who they are. You don't know what struggle they've been through. Let them get in the door before you start correcting them and telling them whatever. Mm-hmm. So people are wearing hats in church. There was a dude who was doing the Super Bowl national anthem who went viral because he smashed it at the mic check.
Yeah.
And it was from a couple of years ago. And I saw it the other day, and I was like, oh, man, this dude is singing he was killing it. But he had a hat on. Because it was a rehearsal. His hair wasn't done, so he had a hat on.
Yeah.
But he's singing, and everybody in there is just in tears because he's killing it. But I couldn't get past the fact because I'm an older generation. Mm-hmm. I'm looking at it like my father would break my neck.
Yeah.
If I was doing the national anthem with a hat on. Mm-hmm. I remember when Brian McKnight and his two sons were singing at Daytona and they did the national anthem. And his son BJ his son Nico had his hat on. And when they started singing and they got to say, they're like, oh, say, and you heard somebody up front say, take your goddamn hat off. And he snatched his hat off real quick because he was reminded, yo, this is an honorable type of thing. Mm-hmm. You don't want to be with your hat on. So, listen, it's not worth arguing about, but the people who are making arguments are looking kind of light. Because it's like, bro, you got other options you can go to.
Plus, it makes it a little bit more special. When you do dress up, it's a little bit more of a moment. Out of the 727, my wife's grandfather would always tell us no hats at any dinner table.
That's where you come from, being raised by older folks who have a vote. This out of the 813 says the restaurant that I was thinking about when you can wear a hat. It says they will allow you to wear a swimsuit and cover-ups.
Yep, I've seen it.
I've definitely been in that restaurant.
Yeah.
I'm not saying who it is because I like the restaurant. I just don't want to make it sound like they hood.
No, they're
not.
But
it says it makes me so mad that they see people wearing swimsuits and cover-ups.
Yeah, I've been there and seen it as well.
But they got a really good shrimp scampi, though. I got to tell you, though. That's the thing.
The Freak Show Podcast. Orlando and the Freak Show. Mornings from 6 to 10. Wild 94.1.